All right, I wanted to get a quick video in just of the couple of things I've been working on. So I'm still moving forward on the white delivery truck with the custom body, but these are a couple of things that I've been working on along with that, and they've kind of distracted me just a little from the white truck. I will be getting back to that very shortly here. So one thing that I've done is I've 3D printed some Kelmet style wheels that are similar to the 1926 Erector set wheels. So these are printed with a resin printer, and the quality on them turned out really, really nice. They're going to need some work yet. The hubs in the back are not going to work, so that's going to have to be changed. And then these were designed with the tire in place, and it's a single tire on the front, single tire on the rear. So what my plan is, I'm going to do a little bit of work on these, and I do want to print them so that it's just the wheel, and then I'll have grooves cut in so that I can use the reproduction rubber tires like would have been with the the early 1926 Erector sets. So one tire on each of the front rims and then two tires on each of the rear rims. So that's a project I've been working on. I still have some things to do with these to get them to where I want them, but that's moving along nicely, and I'll have these ready to go hopefully in the next couple of weeks here. So once I get these done and I'm ready, I'll do a video just of the wheels and give you a little detail there. The other thing that I've been working with is to do a girder for a white truck that's similar to the girder, again, that was in the early 1926 Erector 7.5 sets. So I came up with this design, and these are 3D printed. So it's resin plastic, and it's not an exact measurement because I don't have an original set or an original girder to go off of. So I went off of some pictures and some dimensions, and I think I'm close, but this is what I have, and this was my first attempt. So my idea was the front of the girder, and then have these pieces 3D printed. I have a raised portion right along this edge, and on the back side of the girder I have a slot top and bottom, and my idea was that these would all get glued together and that raised section would fit into the slot. And as I worked with this, I just realized that it was not going to be strong enough at all. So I abandoned that process, and I decided to go to a three-piece system where everything is printed together in each section. So when I designed this, I went ahead and designed it with the holes already in it. So those are not drilled in, it prints this way. And I have the holes in the sides here. The holes, top and bottom, those are accurate to the Erector girders. And if we take one of the holed strips here, those holes match up with the holed strips. Now, you'll notice that the holes in my girder are smaller than in the metal strip. And the reason that I did that is I printed these holes at the diameter that's needed so that I can come back through with an 8/32 tap, and I can tap threads into these. I left the thickness here, I believe I'm at 3/32 of an inch, and so I can tap through the entire way, and then that allows for running a 3/4 inch bolt all the way through, or a 7/8, and then put a nut on the back side. And then I just designed these so that they will lock together, and that'll of course get epoxied when it's completed. And the other side will lock together in the same way. So the way I have it designed, the left side and the right side, those are exactly the same piece. If I pull this out, it's exactly the same piece. And the center section is got the cutouts for the sliding portion on opposite sides. So that means that I only had to do the design on the one end, and I could use it on both sides the way it flips. So right now, that length is the length of my other white truck chassis. So I went off of just a couple of the chassis that I've built for a standard white truck. And I think I ended up just a tiny bit longer because I was spacing stuff out. So I am at 23 and 1/8 of an inch. And as I thought about this, if this ends up working out, I can always adjust the dimensions of these end pieces or the center piece to make girders that are longer or shorter. So that's kind of what I've been playing around with. I've been spending a lot of time on this, and there are a couple of issues. So I think in here you can see that there is a curve to this. So when you do the 3D printing in the resin, you do get some distortion. And so that's something that is going to have to be dealt with. I believe what's going to happen after I glue these joints together, and I'm planning on using an epoxy for that. That seems to work pretty well with the resin printed stuff. I will be able to soak these in hot water and then get them straightened out. I'll let them dry, and that should take a lot of that warpage out of there. The other thing that I can do, and I think probably will be necessary, is to go ahead and reinforce these with some of the slotted strips. I may not go all the way to the end, but definitely reinforce over the joints that I'll have. And that will also straighten things and will add some strength to this. I don't think that the 3D resin part is going to be strong enough if I just leave it like this with no reinforcement to hold the weight of a white truck. They get pretty heavy. And one of the problems with the resin printed stuff, these, for example, I wished I had touch vision, but I don't. These are a little tacky yet because they haven't been cured. So if you're not familiar with the 3D resin printing, once you print the part, it has a tackiness to it and you have to cure it under UV light. So these pieces, I realized very quickly that they weren't going to work, so I haven't cured them yet. But these pieces, I did go ahead and cure, and when you cure them, this 3D resin, or the resin that you use for these, it gets a little brittle. So that's something that I definitely have to keep in mind. So I believe, one of my thoughts was on the bottom of the frame rails, I could go ahead and reinforce that with the strapping. So that's one option. The other option is some reinforcement going across. I may go ahead and try putting some type of reinforcement inside here to create some type of a webbing pattern to strengthen it a little bit. So that would be another option that I might explore. But for right now, I'm going to get this section of frame, and I've got 3 other pieces here for the other frame rail. I'm going to get those epoxied together, and my thought is once they are epoxied, I can kind of play around with the design and reinforcing and see if it's going to work. The one thing that I am very impressed with is when I've tested the parts, I went ahead and tapped threads into one of these, and I just used one of the 1/4 inch 832 screws, and I'm able to tighten it down really, really tight without distorting or breaking this plastic. With the way I've got this section set up, if I go ahead and thread this into one of my threaded holes here, see if I can flip this around so you can see it go through. I threaded both the top and the bottom holes of the girder. So I just threaded through from one side, and my 832 tap is just long enough to get through to put threads on both sides. I do back it out, and then I come around and do the other side just to make sure that it's clean. But if I go ahead and tighten this now, I can again make this very tight, and actually I believe that if I continue to tighten it up here, I would break the resin, I'd break the girder. So if I do this with a nut above and a nut below, then those nuts could also be some reinforcement to the girder. So as I mount axles, I would go through the top and the bottom of the girder and then mount the axle piece on or the spring perch on, and then put a nut on that. And I think that right there will help with the reinforcement. So yeah, I'm kind of playing around with this, and I'm thinking it's going to work, or I'll be able to make it work. And I'm really happy with the way these have turned out. I did design these in a computer program that I use in one of the classes that I teach at school. So it allows me to do the design, and then I was able to use the program to convert this over into an STL file for printing. So I can make adjustments as I go, and I wanted to show them. And if you watch this video and you have any ideas or suggestions, I would love to hear your thoughts on this and ways that maybe I could improve it, or if thinking about the inside of this, as I thought about different bracing, I don't know if I want to take away anything or put anything in there that takes away from this look right here. That would kind of spoil the 1926 girder look to do that. So, but I'm having a lot of fun with this, really enjoying the design stuff, and I like doing stuff like this. So again, if you see this, if you got any ideas, comments or suggestions, please add them down below. And I look at all that stuff and I try to reply to all of them that I can. Thank you.